A small-time Philadelphia boxer gets a supremely rare chance to fight the world heavyweight champion in a bout in which he strives to go the distance for his self-respect. Rocky Balboa is a struggling boxer trying to make the big time, working as a debt collector for a pittance. When heavyweight champion Apollo Creed visits Philadelphia, his managers want to set up an exhibition match between Creed and a struggling boxer, touting the fight as a chance for a nobody to become a somebody. The match is supposed to be easily won by Creed, but someone forgot to tell Rocky, who sees this as his only shot at the big time. In 1975, heavyweight boxing world champion Apollo Creed plans to hold a title bout in Philadelphia during the upcoming United States bicentennial. However, he is informed 5 weeks from the fight date that his scheduled opponent is unable to compete due to an injured hand and that all other potential replacements are either booked up or unable to get into shape in time. As the fight is only 5 weeks away, having already invested heavily into the fight, Creed decides to give a local contender a chance to challenge him. No boxer has ever gone the full 15 rounds with Creed in the ring. Philadelphia, Pennsylvania is home to Rocky Balboa, Sylvester Stallone. In November 1975, Rocky is fighting Spider Rico Pedro Lovell, who headbutts Rocky. But Rocky wins the bout by knockout. He gets $40.55 for his efforts. He won $65, but had to pay $15 for locker, $5 for shower, and 7% taxes. The next fight will be in 2 weeks. Rocky likes Adrienne Talliashire, but she is very shy. Adrienne, who is working part-time at the J&M Tropical Fish Pet Store. Adrienne's brother Paulie Burt Young is Rocky's best friend. Paulie helps Rocky get a date with his sister. Rocky is doing some random collection jobs for a local loan shark, Tony Gazzo Joe Spinell, who gives him $20 a pop. Gazzo wants Rocky to be ruthless, but Rocky can't pummel a deadbeat guy for being a little late on payments. Gazzo is livid when Rocky does not break the thumb of a slacker who was $70 short on his $200 payment and says that word spreads that Gazzo is going soft, which is not good for his business. Rocky is kicked out of the local Mickey's gym as Mickey Goldmill Burgess Meredith, now a trainer, has rented his locker to a newcomer dipper Brown Stan Shaw, who Mickey thinks has potential. Rocky had a locker with Mickey for over 6 years. Mickey says that Rocky is wasting his time fighting bums for money. Apollo Creed Carl Weathers is the current world boxing champion, and Rocky is in awe of him. Apollo wants to fight a small-time underdog for the New Year Days boxing event. His promoter, George Miles Jurgens Thayer, David agrees. Creed selects Rocky Balboa, the Italian stallion southpaw boxer, who fights primarily in small gyms. Gazzo gives Rocky $50 for his date with Adrienne. Paulie tells Rocky that Adrienne is very excited for the date, but at home Adrienne is sulking and not even ready. Adrienne doesn't want to go when Paulie screams at her and throws out her Thanksgiving turkey. Adrienne changes her mind when Rocky talks to her nicely. Rocky takes her to an ice skating rink, which was closed on account of Thanksgiving. Rocky bribes the caretaker with $10 to let them use it. Adrienne cannot understand why anyone would want to become a boxer, but Rocky says that it is the only thing that he is good at. Rocky and Adrienne end up taking a long walk that ends with them kissing inside Rocky's apartment. Mickey is not happy that Rocky is a leg breaker for Gazzo and tells him about Jurgens' offer. Rocky meets with promoter George Jurgens, who tells him Creed has selected Rocky to fight him for the World Heavyweight Championship. Gazzo gives Rocky $500 to train and wishes him best of luck. Rocky is later approached by Mickey Goldmill, a former bantamweight fighter-turned-trainer whose gym Rocky frequents, about further training. Rocky is not willing initially, as Mickey has not shown much interest in helping him before, and saw him as a wasted talent. But eventually, Rocky accepts the offer. Rocky starts training. Paulie helps Rocky train by making him punch meat bags. Adrienne gets closer to Rocky and emerges out of her shell. Paulie offers to work as a cornerman with him for the fight, an offer Rocky turns down. Paulie arranges for interviews with Rocky Boxing Meet, and Apollo's team knows Rocky is serious, but Apollo doesn't take Rocky seriously. Paulie is forever screaming at Adrienne, and distraught Adrienne begs Rocky to let her move in with him. Mickey gets Cutman Mike to be in their squad. Paulie becomes jealous of Rocky's success, but Rocky placates him by agreeing to advertise the meatpacking business where Paulie works as part of the upcoming fight. Rocky trains extensively for the championship fight, while Apollo is unconcerned about the match and puts more effort into promotion than training. The night before the fight, a sleepless Rocky visits the Philadelphia Spectrum and begins to lose confidence. He confesses to Adrienne that he does not believe he can win, but strives to go the distance against Creed. which no other fighter has done, to prove himself to everyone. On New Year's Day, the fight is held with Creed making a dramatic entrance dressed as George Washington and then Uncle Sam, taking advantage of his overconfidence. Rocky knocks him down in the first round, the first time that Creed has ever been knocked down. Humbled and worried, Creed takes Rocky more seriously for the rest of the fight, though his ego never fully fades. The fight goes on for the full 15 rounds, with both combatants sustaining various injuries. Rocky, with hits to the head and swollen eyes, requires his right eyelid to be cut to restore his vision. Apollo, with internal bleeding and a broken rib, struggles to breathe. As the fight concludes, Creed's superior skill is countered by Rocky's apparently unlimited ability to absorb punches and his dogged refusal to go down. As the final bell sounds, with both fighters embracing each other, they promise each other there will be no rematch. After the fight, the sportscasters and the audience go wild. Jurgens announces over the loudspeaker that the fight was the greatest exhibition of guts and stamina in the history of the ring. And Rocky calls out repeatedly for Adrian, who runs down, and Paulie distracts security to help her get into the ring. As Jurgens declares Creed the winner by virtue of a split decision, Rocky and Adrian embrace and profess their love for each other, not caring about the outcome of the fight.